this is the second design. This was done quite late. I lent Ala, who's a graphic designer I worked with, a lot of various sources. It's in German and it's in English, and it's a reference to like Marxism. This is, you know, a Popular Front is a stand name for a Marxist guerrilla front. So I thought that was funny, as a sort of Marxist brand of fried chicken. There are Popular Fronts in India and Latin America. Initially I was between two things here, so I was actually going to translate this into all the language of the Lumbung. I was going to have it in Spanish, so it's translated with Latin America, Chinese, Arabic, all the languages that we were discussing in the Majili Akbars on Zoom. And there just wasn't enough resources to do that. And initially with Johanna, who's my lovely German young German assistant, who was very practically helpful and helped program this, I was like, let's stick it to German, because German's the language of, you know, Das Kapital and stuff. And we are a hungry people is all it says, which could reference hunger for justice, hunger for freedom, literal hunger. I watched hundreds of socialist songs, and I was going to come up with something so elaborate. And I watched a lot of Global South. So this is like a Global South guerrilla organization, I guess. That's the references. I mean, I chose the flag. This is the Cuban flag, of course, which is symbolic of, I guess, Marxist, the communist thing. It's sort of misread by people who are ideologically quite nasty people, I guess what you'd call Islamophobes. So Popular Front for the Liberation of Fried Chicken. The Popular Front is also a reference in British comedy to Citizen Smith, which is a British comedy set in Tooting, where I grew up. And the basis of this comedy is there's an armchair revolutionary who imagines he's part of the Tooting Popular Front. His party is the Tooting Popular Front. So it's more a reference to that, and it comes out that. And PFC is a reference to Perfect Fried Chicken, which is the largest halal fried chicken in East London. Johanna and I, we have these big cardboard boxes. This is larger. These two are larger than the other one. The other one's 50 times 50. This is 70 times 70. This appears also a lot in a lot of German press. And I gave Ala a lot of. I gave him the Black Panthers. I gave him some of the German leftist groups. Very wide variety. I also bought him a book called A History of Arabic Graphic Design. So there was a large cross section of what the images relate to. The Kalashnikov is obviously the classic guerrilla gun. There's some of it. It's almost comical. Some of the misreadings by racists. So yesterday I got messages calling me Hamas, effed up Hamas. And which is silly, because Hamas are a Muslim Brotherhood organisation. They're probably, they're nationalists because they're about Palestine's nationalhood, but they relate to, I guess, Islamic ideology. And this is not Islamic. I mean, it has halal, but it's more like all food, even Subway and McDonald's in Muslim majority areas are halal. It's sort of, so this isn't an Islamic thing. So, and Hamas and because I think this is exclusively a reference to Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, and I deliberately chose the colours not to confound the reading, and I deliberately chose not to have any Arabic writing. So there's a state of paranoia amongst nasty, grumpy old men who just don't like me. This was also made into a t-shirt, and that was made into a t-shirt and a cap too. That cap sold out instantly. The cap and t-shirt for this sold out instantly. Vijay Prashad, the historian, said he even wanted one of my favourite historians. And so many people did. They just think it's a cool design. Like, the first guy who bought it was actually a white American journalist, and he loved the design so much, I gave it to him. And so I'll give it to you if you take a picture of it. And then he gave it to his daughter, and his daughter, who looks like a super cool hip young person, she has these badges for Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and then she has this t-shirt on and she has this cap on, and brought forward by her white American dad. And so many people enjoy it from so many different backgrounds. Even there's a another white English guy who's going to study in Cambridge. He works in the Ruru house, I think, is a paid intern. Felix is his name, and he really loves this design. He thinks it really works. Studying international relations, so really wide, and a lot of the local people like it too. My friend Fernandez is married to a German woman. I think it's Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, she came up to me and told me how much she liked all my work and stuff, and how. But yeah, I'm gonna give another extended commentary after this.